Hey guys, it's me Emily, and today I'm going to be talking about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and as well as Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I've attended both of those multiple times and I feel like I am a good teacher about it, a good advice giver about it, as I have kind of figured out how it works and how to make the most of those parties. So if you are on the college program during the fall semester, I would highly recommend attending either one of these parties, preferably both, whatever you have the budget for, really. They're a lot of fun and it's a great way to experience the Magic Kingdom a way that you haven't experienced it before. And it's also a great way to meet a lot of new characters and just get a lot of candy and a lot of free food. So I'm gonna make this video more about tips on how to make the most of these parties and less actually about the parties. I'll do a quick little information, like a quick little summarize of what happens during the party, but this is mainly going to be just tips about the party. So we're going to start with Not So Scary Halloween Party, and I really like this one because it says Not So Scary in the title of it. This is more catered towards kids compared to like Universal Studios, who does Halloween Horror Nights, which I am not a fan of, so I am glad we have a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party because I am terrified of everything. The Halloween party mainly happens in September and October. If you are a cast member during that time, if you are on your college program, if you just work down there normally, if you are working at the Disney store, just any cast member, I would definitely keep a watch on the hub because there is a special cast member select dates during the month of September where cast members do pay a little bit cheaper of a fee than it would be for a normal guest. You do have to purchase the tickets, I believe, if it hasn't changed. I believe you still have to purchase the tickets at a Company D store, but besides that, you get to know in advance that you can get a special rate for your tickets. And this is a hard ticket event. It's not like you can just walk into the Magic Kingdom during this time as like a normal guest. You have to have a special ticket for these events. Basically, the Halloween party just consists of trick-or-treating, lots of costumes, lots of characters. There is a fantastic fireworks show that I highly recommend called Hallowishes. That is, if they don't change the title of it since Wishes kind of left. There's also a parade, and the parade is really cool, and you get to see a lot of characters that you don't normally see around, and there's just tons of like little pop-up decorations that you don't see every day, and just like little things that the Magic Kingdom hides just for these parties, which is really cool. I will say, if you do not have the budget or just can't find the time to go to a Not So Scary Halloween party, you can watch the Hallowishes show from either the Polynesian Beach or from like the Contemporary Resort, and I would recommend that completely because that's something you can do for free and you could still watch the fireworks show. I mean, granted, there's some special effects that happen where when you're up front in front of the castle during it, it's insane. They also, I believe, pipe in the music as well. So the soundtrack for Hallowishes is one of the best soundtracks for like a Disney park thing ever. And with Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, it's also the same thing where you have to purchase your tickets at a Company D store. There are special ticketed prices for cast members during the month of November because the Very Merry Christmas Party runs from November to December, a little bit over to January, just like a couple of days, maybe a week or so. And the Very Merry Christmas Party includes getting free hot chocolate, which is really good because it's Disney hot chocolate, and everyone knows that Disney hot chocolate is the best hot chocolate like ever. Also, you also get some free cookies, which is really cool. And then also there is a special parade, lots of special characters come out, people come dressed up in all of their Christmas attire, and then there's also a fireworks show as well called, I believe, Holiday Wishes, something along those lines. Don't know if the title's gonna change because of the whole wishes thing, but as of right now it's called Holiday Wishes, I believe. So if you want to wear a costume for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, or if you want to wear your entire Christmas tree or whatever to the Very Merry Christmas Party, I would recommend a couple of things when you are choosing your outfit. And those would include: 1, wearing something that's not going to overheat you when you're walking around the Magic Kingdom at night surrounded by a ton of people. You don't want to be wearing something that you can't breathe in, something that you're going to be like a whole pile of sweat after the whole day ends or whatever. I mean, it's still hot. It's still going to be hot at night. Maybe not as much for Very Merry, but it's still going to be pretty warm. I will say I did wear a Tigger onesie to the Not So Scary Halloween Party, and that was in mid-September in Florida. It was not a good time. It was really hot. So wear something that is something you can breathe in, something that's not going to affect you during the heat, and just kind of think about that when you're planning your outfit. Also, I would recommend wearing something that won't get ruined in the rain, or something that you won't mind getting wet in case it does rain, because Florida rain, as everyone knows, is kind of unpredictable. So either if you're in the Magic Kingdom already at 4 p.m. or if you are walking into the Magic Kingdom at 4 p.m., you will get a wristband, and they'll tell you if you're already in the Magic Kingdom where you can pick up a wristband. You can have your wristband, and that shows that you have a party pass, so they're not going to kick you out once they start kicking out normal park guests and the not party guests. Once the party starts, you're going to notice that the park is going to slowly start getting less crowded. And also, you're gonna notice that some of the rides might be a little less crowded. I know that when I was at my first Not So Scary Halloween party, Space Mountain was like a solid 20 minutes the entire night. Haunted Mansion, though, granted, was like 1,000 minutes. It was like one of the most popular ones, obviously, for Halloween. But anyways, as I was saying, the lines for the attractions are going to drop a lot, and it's gonna be tempting, and you're gonna want to go on a lot of these rides because the lines are so short. But my advice is just don't take advantage of it, because those rides are going to be there forever. You're not going to be able to meet a lot of these characters during your entire time at Disney World. These are characters that only come out for these events. This is something you spent a lot of money for, and if you're a cast member who can go to Disney World whenever you want on your college program or whatever, you're not going to want to go on a ride you can go on every day. You're going to want to see some stuff that they only bring out during these Halloween parties and Christmas parties, and just kind of experience more of everything besides the attractions. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that's something that other people can agree on. If you have like a couple of free seconds, or if you just want to take a quick break and just sit down for a little bit, go on Space Mountain, go on Pirates of the Caribbean, just do whatever you want. But that's just what I did, and that's kind of my advice, and I feel like a lot of people take that too. Also, you're going to want to get a map, and you're going to maybe want to get multiple maps if you can, because that's going to have the list of times for everything. It's going to have the character meet and greets, it's going to have the times for the parade, where you can get candy and where you can get hot chocolate and where you can get cookies and everything. What I did was I just circled everything that I want to do. I circled the times I want to catch the parades, because as you know, if there are 2 parades, if there are 2 Fantasmics, if there's 2 fireworks shows, if there's 2 of something at Disney World, you always know the second one's going to be a lot less crowded. So if there are going to be 2 parades during your holiday party, your Not So Scary or your Very Merry party, definitely catch the second one. If there is a way that you are only able to catch only 1 parade, and it's the more crowded one, either the first one or the only one, I would scope out a place to sit either an hour beforehand, have someone sit, like go in shifts, or it's gonna be really crowded and that's like the only parade. Same thing with the fireworks show. I would probably get there at least half an hour to an hour earlier. But with parades, I feel like parades are more hard to get a spot for, because you want to get like right up in the front, and there's gonna be kids around, there's gonna be parents around, you're gonna want to scope out your spot, you're gonna want to sit there. Usually the parties that are a month beforehand, so like the Halloween party in September or the Christmas party in November, are gonna be a little less crowded than the ones that are during the actual month. So if you have time to go to one of those parties earlier, like the month before, I would, because you can definitely see the difference in crowds. And then as for the characters that are in the parks, you're gonna notice a lot of characters that you don't normally see beforehand that are going to be walking around, gonna be chilling. Sometimes the characters that are always out, like Pooh and Mickey and Tigger and Piglet and all the Fab Five and all the Pooh characters, and like all the ones that are normally out, come back out wearing different attire. You can kind of meet the characters normally during the day and then meet them in their special costumes at night, which is really fun to do. But since these characters are ones that don't come out very often, their lines get crazy long. And definitely scope out and kind of ask around or kind of see what characters are going to be out. I'm going to give a quick spoiler of one of the characters I met during my Not So Scary party, and same thing with my Very Merry party. I did meet Jack Skellington and Sally during my Not So Scary Halloween party, and I also met Sandy Claus during my Very Merry Christmas party, and those characters were the number ones, probably top 3, probably like top number 1 characters that everyone wanted to meet during their Not So Scary and Very Merry Christmas party. So that meant that the line was going to fill up very, very quick, and there was potential that the line was going to fill up so much that they're going to have to stop the line, because you don't want the party to be done and the characters are still meeting people when there's still like an hour left of people in line, if that makes sense. So where I met Jack and Sally was right next to the Pete's Silly Sideshow area where you met like Donald and Goofy and Mickey and Daisy, or Minnie, I'm sorry. And there's like a little circus tent over there, and they kind of have like a little backdrop for Jack and Sally. So me and my friend, we got our wristbands, I believe, in Tomorrowland. And if you are one of the first people to get your wristbands at 4, there shouldn't be a line. Sometimes there might be a line of people, probably like 10 to 20 people, so I would get there a little bit early if you have a plan like me and my friend did. And so we got our wristbands, we ran over to the Fantasyland area, then we waited in line, and we got there at around like 4 because we just got our wristbands and we dashed right there. We were, I believe, the second people in line, and about half an hour after that, there were probably like 15 more people behind us, and then a character attendant started to come out and started to get like the little rope and everything to make a line. So they were getting prepared, and I was told that they weren't gonna come out until once the party started. So I'm like, we're just gonna be sitting here for 2 hours. We're probably gonna have to miss some of the party doing this, but I really wanted to meet them because they're my number ones, like come on. So it got to about 6 o'clock-ish, and we noticed that it started to get a lot more busier. There were probably like 50 people in line now. The party started at 7, and all of a sudden, Jack and Sally came out to meet people. And that was really cool because my friend and I were second in line. We met them before the party even started. And the people that were behind us in line, like way behind us in line, would still be in line when the party starts. So that was really cool. And so if you have a character you really want to meet, I know not all of them are going to do this, like Mickey and Pooh and all those guys that are out normally, but the rare ones, they're probably going to come out before the party even starts. So if you know who you want to meet and you know they're going to be one of the more popular ones, like Jack and Sally, definitely get in line before the party starts, right when you can. Get some popcorn, get some hot chocolate, get a pumpkin spice latte, just saying, and just camp out in that line, and there's a good chance you'll meet them before the party even starts. And I'm so glad Disney does that, and that's like my number one tip for the Not So Scary Very Merry Christmas parties. And I know I said I met Sandy Claus at my Very Merry Christmas party, and I did meet him the same time. I met him at 6 o'clock, way before the party even started, so I got him done, and that was just perfect timing. I was content. As for the cookies, the hot chocolate, and the trick-or-treating and all the candy you can get, my advice to you is to just not get any. And you're gonna be like, wait, but the whole point of it is to get the candy and the cookies and everything, but just wait and listen to me. What happens is the first couple, maybe like 2 hours that the park opens to the Very Merry Christmas party and the Not So Scary party, everyone runs to get the free stuff, and the lines are outrageously long just to get some hot chocolate that's like this big and a cookie and trick-or-treating and everything. So you're gonna be like, well, I don't want to wait in that line. I'm not gonna waste my time at this party waiting in a line to get free food. So my advice to you is to just not get any and just wait. I say that because the last hour that the park is open, everyone's either done because the fireworks are done, everyone's either waiting in line to get some last minute characters or going on rides. Nobody's doing all of the cookies and the hot chocolate and the trick-or-treating because they all did that already. So go around and just get everything you want for free. And the great thing about Not So Scary, I don't know if this is the same thing with Very Merry, it might be on certain days, but with the Not So Scary Halloween party, most of the candy that the cast members hand out has to be all gone by the end of the night because they don't want to have old candy the next day. It could be all melty, it could be gross, and some stuff that the cast members hand out is stuff that can expire really quickly. So definitely take advantage of the last hour because cast members will give you like 2 handfuls of candy and just stuff your bag to the brim. That's how I got most of my candy. I just waited to the last second. There's like trick-or-treating trails and there's all this fun stuff. You're gonna get so much candy. You're gonna get more candy probably if you wait until the very end to get all the candy. And also same thing with the Very Merry Christmas party. I know one of the days that I went, I got my hot chocolate and the cast member gave me like 50 cookies because she's like, we don't need these anymore, just take them. So there's something you can do too, and that way you get all the candy, you got the hot chocolate, you just had to wait a little bit longer, which kind of stinks, but you got tons of it, which is really good. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope it was pretty helpful. I am really running out of ideas to make, so if anybody has any ideas about the college program, about trips to Disney World, about anything in general, just let me know and I will make a video about it. And that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys have a great week and a magical day, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye!